Reptile Fight! Hello and welcome to another figure review. Today I'm going to have a look at the Storm Collectibles Mortal Kombat Reptile figure. It says Mortal Kombat, but it's basically Mortal Kombat 1 or 2, depending on which mask you're wearing. I think the design of that... I mean, it's more Mortal Kombat 2, actually. You had the more saturated, more detailed vest going on. But I've already reviewed Scorpion, I've already reviewed Sub-Zero, and yes, this is the same figure in a different color. What really makes this one different are the accessories. So therefore, I'm probably going to skip over, I might not skip, but I'm probably going to go over the articulation and the overall look of the figure a lot quicker. And if you're thinking I'm doing a not detailed enough review, then I encourage you, I invite you to go look at the Sub-Zero. I think the Sub-Zero review was the better one. With the Scorpion one, I was a little bit like, me. Going back on that, I was kind of a little bit too harsh for that. But regardless of that, let's focus on this one for now. Let's have Reptile. Surprisingly, there are a tiny bit of changes, but I'll have Scorpion and Sub-Zero in here later to show you all the very, very small differences, but differences nonetheless. First and foremost, I'm going to have a look at the size of this guy. He stands at about 17.5 centimeters to the tippy top of his head, which means he's about 7 inches tall. Now, first things first, I mentioned with the other guys, I'm going to mention it again. I'm a little bit annoyed by the cowl sticking out over here. It's not the worst thing, but usually I just tuck it under the face mask. You can take the face mask off, tuck it in there, and I think that looks a lot better. But for the rest of it, the figure still looks good. You got the green, obviously, for Reptile. This is all soft plastic, so you probably could take that off if you wanted to. I know, I'll probably have to cut it up over here, though. Anyhow, paint job for these guys is usually pretty good. It just falls apart in some parts, like here. And I think the black line on this one is pretty clean. I think Scorpion had some issues with that. I don't remember, but we're gonna get back to that. And you have the battle damage going on in the arm guards over here. And you got the same effect going on in the knee pads and shin pads. And you got the feet, even like the toes actually molded in there. I don't think I ever really noticed that. I don't think I ever really paid that much attention to it. But yeah, other than that, I mean, he is just like the other guys. He looks good. And he does have a little bit of a different shade of a skin tone. And actually that's all like kind of dirt effect in the skin. I kind of want to go over that real quickly again. Also, the muscle work is very nicely done. So yeah, overall, the same figure, still good. Not a problem with that. I mean, I knew that. I'm not ragging on that. When I'm saying that, it's not like a bad thing, but I'm just saying that so you know. And once again, for the articulation, I've done this 3 times so far, so I'm going to go over it pretty quickly. First of all, you have all the soft plastic in the chest area, the neck, and of course this. So you have a long ball, you have a long peg that goes into the chest area, and you have some very good motion actually. And this entire neck piece is covering up for it. And yeah, it's just on a ball pack. And you can rotate it around very nicely. Also goes out the side. I mean, it's some of the best head articulation I've ever seen. We have the shoulders, which are on butterfly joints, so you can bring that back and forth. Can rotate it around, is on hinges, and it does disconnect pretty easily, but you have a ball pack in there. And just get that back in. It does go up like that, has some nice motion. Double hinged elbows. Those are very decent. I mean, pretty good. We have the fist on the ball joint, and by the way, the arm over here is not connected, so you can move that around as you like. Then we get down to the torso. Torso articulation, once again, you got soft plastic chest overall here, so you can bring them forward very nicely. Can bring them back, same thing. I mean, the articulation is really good actually, and goes out to the side, up there. And down there at the torso itself, the abs basically. Can rotate it around over here at the crotch piece. The legs, they go up very far. You get some nice kicking poses. You can push on it a little bit more, but it kind of disconnects over at the crotch piece. I've had that right now, so I'm going to put it back in a couple of times. And there's the ball joint over there. So just push that back in. Yeah, there we go. Did you hear that? Anyhow, range of the leg is pretty good. Goes out the side all the way. And goes also back all the way, because once again there's nothing blocking it. You have all the soft plastic in here, so that works very well, and my voice is just like not my friend these days. You have a double hinged knee with the knee pad on it, that's pretty good, and you have the foot on the ball joint with a hinge on it, so you can bring that back and forth. Bring it side to side, actually very nicely because you have a decent amount of room. More on the right side over here, as you can tell. I mean, look at this, you have a little bit of a gap over there, and as a result it doesn't go so much to the other side, and you have a toe hinge. Now, arguably the most important part about this figure are the accessories, because it makes them differentiate itself. Now the hands itself are the same thing. You got the open chop hand, both sides, and then you got like the more like posing hands, or for the energy effect, which we get to, and same thing for these one. Just like your average karate pose, and something to hold, even though he doesn't have anything to hold. My guess is you get like the skull with the spine on it. You got that one with Sub-Zero and Noob Saibot, so I'm guessing they made that just in case you want to display Reptile with it. Now the most important part, well actually first of all you got the different face mask for Mortal Kombat 1. The most important part to me, and I'm going to display him like that, the hat, the Reptile Hat. Not only does it look amazing, but it makes this figure look different. Hallelujah. Yeah, I'm a big fan of this. I mean, look at how nicely this is molded. And the paint job, and he has dirty ass teeth. Yeah, have a little bit of a split. You have a little bit of a slip over there, but I mean, it's fine, it's alright. I really dig it. I dig the paint job, I dig the mold. It's very nice. So, you have the different tongue. You have the long tongue. It's actually too long. Let me zoom out. There you go, so you can go Rah! And eat people's heads. That's what he does. And then he has an energy effect, and a very good one. Actually, the big green loogie. It looks cool. I love this one. I've never been a huge energy effect guy, but this is cool. This is unique. It does have the same color all over it. I would have liked it to be like a differentiate itself. It'd be a little bit more clear over here where my thumbs are right now, and I have a little bit of a different. I mean, it does have a little bit of a different tone at the up there, but it's not super noticeable. But overall, I like the mold. I don't want to rag on it. I like how it looks. And then there's like these two gooey pieces. So you can put these on his hands. So he just has some goo dripping down from his hands after he put out the big loogie, right? Right. And here it is, when the entire squad finally gets together, and I don't have Noob Saibot in here because he's just black, and that's not a racist thing. I'm just saying he doesn't have any color detail, so this is really the thing that differentiates these guys, the color, the paint job. Now, the differences. As you can tell, you have a little bit of a difference in the skin color, as I've already mentioned. And like I said, there's actually, with Scorpion, they made these black lines over here, which don't look good. That was one of the things I criticized them for this figure, and they flat out left that out with Reptile. Good choice. I mean, rather not do it than do something like this and just make it look blah. The detail in the knee pads, shin pads is, I feel like it's also a little bit different. While with Scorpion, they just mostly made it a little bit dirty, and there is some wear, some yellow that's not. And it kind of looks more grayish, and it doesn't come out so well under the yellow, of course. But I feel like the dirty effect that they have with Scorpion is not really present with Sub-Zero or Reptile for that matter. They still have the wear damage though, so that's cool. They still have the lines in the belt over here though, so it seems like they're subtracting small things here and there. I mean, I don't really care for the dirt effect, and I don't like the lines, so that's definitely an improvement overall. But for the rest of it, it's the same figure. They're all good. And that's gonna bring me to the final thoughts. Obviously, I mean, I just said it, they're all good. So, if you like green, blue, or yellow, there's a color for you. And there have been pictures of Ermac and Rain, and I don't know how to feel about that. What are you gonna do with it all? It's still the same thing. Regardless of that, I do recommend this guy 100%. It's a very nice addition to your Mortal Kombat Ninja collection. But I'm just hoping, just bring that Shao Kahn out, Storm Collectibles, please. I need something a little bit different. I like the ninjas. I love the ninjas. But let's move on, alright? Anyhow, as usual, guys, if you enjoyed this review, feel free to hit it up with a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more figure reviews, gameplay stuff, and whatever reptile once.